If I lost everything today, no savings, no business, no investments, just a normal job, a phone, and internet. Here's exactly what I'd do between now and the end of 2026 to rebuild my money, my freedom, and my first real wealth foundation. No lottery, no crypto gambling, no quit your job tomorrow fantasy. This is a step-by-step roadmap from zero that you can copy, adapt, and use as your 2026 money plan. Quick note before we start. Everyone's salary, country, and responsibilities are different. So I'm not telling you what you personally must do. I'm showing you how I would think and act if I was starting from zero. So you can take the framework and adjust it to your life. Rich Horizon Key exists to be your money and wealth mentor. We give you systems and clarity. You stay in control of your decisions. Let's begin with step 1. If I was at zero in 2026, I would not start with a side hustle. I'd start with truth. Step 1 is stop the bleed. That means taking the last 90 days of bank and card transactions and asking 3 questions. How much do I really earn per month? Where is it actually going? Which expenses are pure leakage? I'd highlight in red forgotten subscriptions, delivery and impulse food, random treat yourself purchases, buy now, regret later. Most people say, I don't have enough income, but in reality, they're bleeding hundreds every month on things that don't move their life forward. Then I'd make one decision. For the next 6 to 12 months, my lifestyle will be intentionally simple, so my money can finally become powerful. I'm not saying no joy, I'm saying no unconscious spending. Every euro, every dollar now has a job. Cancel subscription screens, visual of wallet closing, then a notebook titled New Rules. Once the leaks are under control, I'd build a very simple money system, not 10 bank accounts, not complicated spreadsheets, just 3 buckets that run my money in 2026. Bills and life, rent, food, transport, essential living, freedom and investing, money I pay to my future self first, growth and skills, money to buy tools, education and time. Every time my income hits my main account, I'd set up automatic transfers into these buckets. If I'm average, a starting point might be 60% bills and life, 20% freedom and investing, 20% growth and skills. If I'm in a very tight spot, 75% bills and life, 15% freedom, 10% growth. The exact percentages will change with income. What never changes is the rule. Every month, my future self gets paid before my impulses do. This alone separates you from most people, because most people in 2026 will still operate like this. Money in, bills, impulse, nothing left. You'll operate like this. Money in, future self, growth, bills, then the rest. Now, income. If I was starting from zero in 2026, I would not quit my job because of a TikTok video. I'd use my job like rich people do, as a capital engine, not a prison. I'd ask, can I become more valuable in this role in 6 to 12 months? Learn the skills that actually move revenue, save time, or solve big problems. Can I move to a similar role that pays more for the same effort? Can I use this job to learn skills I can later sell on my own? Then I'd pick one small skill I can monetize outside of work: writing, video editing, thumbnails, copywriting, marketing, sales calls, coding, or a real-world service, cleaning, moving, repairs, tutoring. Then I'd set a simple 2026 target. By the end of 2026, this one skill brings me an extra $500 to $1,000 per month. Not with 10 different hustles, with one skill, focused. Side income is great, but if it only depends on your hours, you will hit a ceiling very fast. So if I was starting from zero, I'd commit to one scalable project alongside my skill. For example, a service business that I can later turn into a small team or agency. A content-based brand in a niche I understand, like money, career, or a passion. Digital offers, templates, PDFs, simple courses, tools. At the beginning, it's okay if it's just me, but from day one, I'd think like this. If this starts working, what can I outsource, automate, or systemize? That could be using AI for scripts or first drafts, hiring an editor later, standardizing my client process with templates. My goal for this project, before the end of 2026, 10 to 20 paying clients if it's a service, or 1,000 true followers if it's content, not millions. Just enough to prove that the engine works. Now, let's talk about investing. If I was starting from zero in 2026, I'd resist the urge to chase the hottest thing. I'd focus on 3 principles. Keep it simple, broad, diversified, long-term instruments, like index funds or ETFs depending on my country and regulations. Automate a fixed amount every month from my freedom bucket. Treat this money as untouchable, not for emergencies, not for vacations, not for gadgets. The exact choice of investments depends on where you live and what's available. But the principle is universal. Part of what I earn now belongs to my future self later. Even if it's $50, $100, or $200 per month, over 5 to 10 years, combined with your extra income and your project, it changes your life. Instead of only working for money, you now have money quietly working for you in the background. So by the end of 2026, if I followed this roadmap from zero, I wouldn't judge my success by how expensive my car looks or how many luxury pictures I can post. I'd ask, do I have control over my money now? Do I have at least one system that makes money outside my job? Have I become the kind of person who can grow wealth on purpose, not by accident? Because if you have controlled spending, a simple 3-bucket system, a growing monetizable skill, one scalable project, and automatic investing every month, you're not in the same game as most people anymore. You're not just surviving 2026, you're building the foundation of your rich horizon. If you're still watching, you're not looking for a quick trick, you're looking for a strategy. So here's what to do next. Subscribe to Rich Horizon Key if you want a clear, data-backed mentor for your money in 2026. Like this video so YouTube shows it to more people who need this roadmap. In the comments, tell me, where are you starting from for 2026? And what's the first step you'll take after this video? In the next videos, we'll go deeper into each piece. How to structure your 3 accounts, how to pick and grow one money-making skill, and how to design simple, realistic investment rules. Your future self is watching what you do between now and the end of 2026. Make this the year you stop surviving and start building your Rich Horizon Key.